part of Bupa's leadership in the care of dementia in New Zealand, we're developing relationships with the local Māori community.
Acknowledging that you are actually looking after one of our elders, our kaumātua, one of our chiefs of this marae, in terms of addressing that illness of dementia.
Hemi is a tūhoi kaumātua of Mātukurua marae. His dementia journey has led Hemi and his whānau to Bupa's Hayman care home, an unconventional move and one that has inspired the whānau to reach out to help other Māori in their situation.
And it would be good to be able to promote dementia and put it out there so that it's not what we say a taniwha. It's not hidden. It's not put in the cupboard. In terms of dementia, I would say to our Māori families, know the signs, study the research out there, the pamphlets that are out there, get to know dementia so that when it happens, support services can be put in at the early stages. Because with those support services being put in at the early stages, it could well enhance their life longer.
Recognising what is happening to the person with dementia is important to beginning to make life the best it can be for everyone.
But first and foremost, the steps acknowledge that there is something wrong. Don't let the aggressions, the arguments, the getting lost, the accidents, don't let that become just normal. That's okay to behave like that, because it's not normal.
It took me ages to think, and until we went to this Te Wanga Kaumātua Kuia program, that I realised, yes, he is what they said he has. I think it was about 2006. It took me 4 years to really click, to think, yes, there is. It took me ages I mean, people were saying he was strange, and I'd say, oh, no, he's just putting on, he's just hoa, he's sick of people questioning and feeling sorry for him because they'd say there was something wrong, and I'd say, no, there isn't. But, and this is what it was. I myself was trying to go into denial that he had it. People had noticed it, and I perhaps was trying not to admit that there was something.
Each person will have their own unique experience with dementia, and symptoms will vary. Hemi describes his experience of memory loss and no longer driving.
I can remember quite a few things, not way back. I can remember going back to my days when I was brought up by my grandmother, when my mum and dad died, and my grandmother and grandfather brought us up from when we were 8 right all the way through. I knew all that right up to the time I finished training college to become a teacher. I remember all that, and yet, like over here, in a week's time I'll forget whether I had come here or not, and I don't know why it's that. That's the thing that amazes me. So when they said, no, your license is taken off, so I said, that's all right.
Living with dementia can become stressful for the person affected and also for their whānau.
Doesn't have to think about bills, doesn't have to think about crashing, accidents, doesn't have to worry about forgetting his medication, doesn't have to worry about being lost or getting on a bus and going through Auckland and not knowing where he is.
Well, he used to go down the road and talk to people, and I'd call him back because I didn't want him talking to people and not knowing who they are, and then we'd lock the gate, and then he'd try and open the gate and go, and then at home I'd be doing things, and all of a sudden he's behind me and he's giving me a fright.
Well, I thought I was all right till I started leaving the stove on. And
it's never easy to identify when a person and their whānau might have a better quality of life in a rest home or dementia care home.
The hardest thing too is it tears whānau apart, especially I don't know if that happens in all cultures, but I'm looked upon by some of my whānau as, oh, she put her father in a rest home. You don't do that sort of thing, we're Māori. Where I seen on the other side, it's the best thing that I could do for my papa. What I'm experiencing now is my papa is so well. He's more well, being in a rest home, being in supportive care. He's still able to do things that, you know, he does. Whether it's shelling mussels or scaling fish. But it was definitely an area that Māori don't know well.
At Hayman, we believe in partnership, creating an environment that's the best it can be for everyone.
Over the last 3 years, a number of Maori residents have come to live here. We've noticed that it's really hard for families making that transition. One of the things we have looked hard at is around the treaty and that genuine partnership. We're looking for real partnership, where we join with Maori to find out what is real for them, what makes living special. For example, our cook leaves the kitchen, goes and talks with people and finds out what's important to them. Is it boil up? Is it being able to make mussel fritters? Is it being able to go fishing with our activities staff? Is it being able to go back to the marae and still be a part of those very special occasions? We're looking at ways of partnering with people and their families to make life very connected with the things that they used to do.
We can come and go whenever we want. When I'm tired, I go to the rest home and I sleep in my papa's room.
On my bed
because nobody can find me there. And that gives me some space for my well-being, that he's sitting in his chair, we've got the TV on watching kapahaka, and then off to sleep I go. So, and they've made it like, it's your home too. You know, it's not only Papa's, but it's our home, and we can come and go whenever we want. We can pick him up. But it's just allowed for me, his main carer, before the rest home, it's allowed me some breathing space. It's allowed me to be well in myself, to get on with my full-time job that sometimes can be 12 or 14 hours long. It's allowed me to know that my papa is well and that he's been looked after. And then he still gets the opportunity and the beauty of being with his whānau, coming to the marae, coming home with me and watching Te Matatini on TV and the Warriors.
Yeah, the Warriors, watch them. Oh, the Matatini, there's a kapahaka they've got, and there's
So he can still come, you know, in and out. We pick him up and knowing that when I'm at work, he's safe.
Hemi's journey shows us another way forward, a way that keeps a person with dementia safe and happy and honours what is important to each person and their whānau. Bupa, tiakina ngā āhuatanga o rātou mā kei te ora tonu.